You're driven. You feel pressure to succeed. You want to be the best at what you do, and you want to be respected in what you're in. You must have Saturn in the 10th house. I'm going to be using Michael Jackson, Audrey Hepburn, and Kim Kardashian as examples to show you how all of this plays out. Throughout this video, you will hear me say the word pressure like 50 billion times. Saturn will give you two choices. I'm going to put pressure on you. You either turn into a diamond or you get crushed under this pressure. Be perfect or die. Saturn can get you to your goal. But at the end of the day, it's a malefic. Even if you do reach your goal, there will still be pressure. Michael Jackson had Saturn smack dab on his midheaven. Now, remember, with these three celebrities, it's going to be the same themes over and over again. They have a goal. They have to work hard. They reach their goal. The pressure never ends. Okay? Michael Jackson, he had a goal. I'm going to become independent from my father. I'm going to have creative freedom over my music. And I'm going to prove that I can and will be the best that there ever was. Great. He reached his goals and he had to work 2 times harder than everyone else to reach this goal. He was working since he was about 3 apples tall. His dad just said, sing and dance. And if you don't, I got something for you. So he's been working since he was itty bitty. But even when he achieved, when he reached the peak of his fame and his independence, he still had to work hard to do better than last album. I just put out an amazing album. Now I also have to put out another album that beats that album, and another one, and another one, and another one. That pressure never ends. He's the king of pop. He reached a standard perfection, because remember, Saturn says be perfect or get crushed under the pressure. He reached his standard perfection. But when you have success comes with responsibility, duty, pressure. Now that he reached that standard of perfection, he has to be perfect every single time. Even when it came to the media, he's known as someone where women and men drool over him. And they say, okay, let's put out, how his romantic life sucks. Or, he's known for wearing cool clothes. Okay, let's put something out. Let's catch him looking like a bum, right? He has to be perfect at all times. That is pressure. The pressure never ends. Audrey Hepburn. At first, she wanted to be a ballerina. She worked so hard. When I say she was devoted, that's a Saturn word right there. Devoted. She was dedicated. She wanted to dedicate her life to being a ballerina. One day, some lady says, you can't be a ballerina because you don't have the body. You don't have a ballerina body. Because she was malnourished, she was living during war. I don't know. But this lady said, you don't have a ballerina body. You can't be a ballerina, even though she worked hard. Now, I forgot to say that her Saturn is retrograde. She had to be rejected and redirected towards her fate, what she was fated to put out. She did work hard. Working hard towards being a ballerina, when Saturn makes you work for something, Saturn aims for mastery. And not only are you perfecting your skills in whatever you want to master, but you're also picking up other skills like patience, endurance, devotion. It's almost like Saturn said, all right, girl, I know you can work. Let's take those traits and let me redirect you towards something different. Now we know Audrey Hepburn for what we know her for. She reached perfection. She was the face of elegance and also skinniness. But for that time, she was the face of perfection. When you reach that's a standard, you're expected to keep up with that standard. She was battling like body image issues because she had to constantly, and body image issues behind the scenes, because she had to constantly keep up with this standard. This is the pressure. The pressure never ends. There was pressure to succeed. She succeeded. There's still pressure. Kim K, Saturn in the 10th house. Kim Kardashian had a goal. She wanted to be famous. She reached her goal, but she had to work 2 times harder than everyone else around her, because she had to prove herself to people. I'm not that girl. I can be much bigger than how y'all see me. She had to prove that she was a lot more than how they saw her at that time. She worked hard. She did. But the pressure never ends. There's pressure to be perfect. People are really mean to her. People are really mean to her. If there's a wrinkle, it's like, oh, of course, like if she doesn't wear, if her outfit's ugly, oh, she's a bad mom. It could be whatever. I don't know. But people are really mean to her. She has to keep up this image of perfection, because that's the standard for her. That's the end of my video. Go to my website, get a reading now.